Hello, folks. Welcome to the Scumdog's Kennel. I'm your host. Well, you're the host of this show. I'm Chris Williams. Okay, I'm just the host, Chris Williams. No, but first we're gonna have to wait a little bit to see if anyone is going to come into the chat, and we're gonna have a little fun doing that. So don't worry, folks. But while we do that, we'll go and see if we can find any. We're going to look at my artwork. But just a moment here while I go and do this stuff. Just a moment. Let's see. Let me get it up here. So, Comicsgate's coming along great, huh? I've already backed a few new books. Well, backed one book. I backed Lady Lethal, something. Let's call it. I backed one of the Comicsgate books. Let's see. Don't worry, we'll be looking at my. We'll be at my artwork in a moment. Just let me get this stuff up. A moment. Let me get this stuff up. Yeah, just let me get this stuff. All right. All right. Here we are. All right. Let's see. Get you. Get some good art for us to look at today. All right. Let me go to share screen. Has anyone joined us? Not just yet. All right. Let me also do this. Looks like some. Let's see here. Graham Nolan's The Canoe has got 20929. So yeah, it's got 9 hours left. Ethan Van Sciver's at 1,017,282. Ooh, doing good. Billy Tucci's at 71,702. So that's good. Let's take this. Go over here and stuff like that. Doing well. The Mighty Mascots has 6 days left and has made 7,644. Ooh, yeah, that's. Before we go again and look at that, let's go look at my artwork. Here we have Miss Breasty Melons, the black and white pinup art. As you can see, as I keep showing off, it looks good. You gotta love the face I made on her, huh? This close up on her. You can see where I erased and redrew her pose to get it right. Looking good. Just trying to get it right and stuff like that. You see the background is basically just cartoonish and stuff like that, but it's good. Let's see. Other stuff to look at. Let's go, here. Let's see. Here's the colored colored pinup of Hair Metal Doctor. You know, as I keep explaining, he's based on Dr. Mindbender from G.I. Joe and Ozzy Osbourne, as well as having Toe Cutter from Mad Max. But he's mostly Ozzy Osbourne. He's strumming his guitar and having fun. You see in the background his patient. If you compare it to the black and white artwork here, you see it looks damn good. And the coloring for it was great. It looks like a pro job. All right. Right there and stuff. Comparing it. All right. Let's see. Let's go over here. Here are the faces I used. There's Dr. Mindbender I drew, Toe Cutter from Mad Max, and Ozzy Osbourne. I mixed their features together to create these three faces. The middle one looks like the God Emperor of Mankind, and various faces. None of these are actually what Hair Metal Doctor looks like underneath his surgical mask. I should say, I keep saying that because it's awesome. Here are some of the faces I used to create Miss Breasty Melon's face. Not bad. Just a couple of like that, because I knew what I was looking for. Here you know you love him. Here's the new teen sensation, Death Mug and his enemy, Buick Starpoon. The guy with the pink pompadour hair with a little palm tree growing out of it. Of course, it's uncolored here, so I'll go over here and show you a colored picture of him. Here is Buick Starpoon with his pink pompadour hair with a little palm tree out of it. He is your classic space hero archetype, like James T. Kirk or Buck Rogers, only that he's an idiot. Think of him crossed over like Doc from Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther. I mean, he's pink after all. I guess that doesn't matter. He's Inspector Clouseau and Clouseau after all. The artwork looks good here, and yeah, I did a really good job coloring this, so maybe I should just recolor the pages again, give the first few pages a once over and some new artwork. I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to go back, I've decided, and redo the Scumdogs graphic novel cover, the first one here. You saw the Hair Metal pinup. I'm thinking of using that as an alternate cover as well. I already have another cover designed for the Scumdogs graphic novel, but I'm going to go back here and add a few more monsters in the background coming out of this portal. You see here Death Mug with the silver metal mask, with Murder Mouth, the blue guy with the top hat, and Sloppy, the pink guy, basically out front chasing down the Snores. My parody version of the Smurfs. These guys are going to be good in the future. When you see, but yeah, I'm going to go back and add a few more monsters. I only added 2 because I didn't want to add too much stuff. But yeah, I could add a few more characters in the background and have fun. So that's good. As you can see, I really did good coloring this. All right. Let's see here. Here's the first page of the Scumdogs graphic novel. Let's see. Did I get the? No, I guess I. Let me compare it to the black and white pin art here. Let me go here. Here we see this. Let me see this and stuff. Here's the black and white, as you can see. Here's the colored. The colored is good, but the black and white line art is just great. I figure if I hire someone like Kyle Ritter to recolor my comic book after I have all the interior art done, I think it could really be one hell of a great looking book. It looks good here. It's good there. This is Akachi Jojo before he removes his skin, revealing that he's actually Death Mug, the cyborg. As I said, in the future, Scumdogs are people who basically compete in sporting events. And Akachi Jojo sold off his humanity to become a cyborg and stuff like that. Well, he gets banned from from pro sports and decides to become a supervillain. I mean, he was already an egotistical jerkwad, so I figured he would do well as a supervillain. Here you can see he's African. He's from Kenya, Africa, and he's just your typical sports guy who's arrogant and full of himself. So as soon as he sees that he's not going to get any more money being an athlete, he just becomes a supervillain. I made him black because I wanted to show that black people, white people, all of them can fall to evil. And well, I wanted to make an evil version of of Carlton from Fresh Prince. You know that he was an African-American man, but he was so posh and uptight that if he had the right powers, he'd probably become a supervillain. So think of him like that. He's just one, or like that character from Futurama. You know that guy who was like Hermes. His archenemy was that pro runner. He was sort of based on him too, being so up and full of himself that he'd also be a villain. So think of him as an evil version of Carlton from Fresh Prince, Kachi Jojo, who turned himself into a cyborg and decided to become a supervillain. All right, let's go and look at some more artwork. I looked at this. Here we see the panel where he's removed his skin. So let's go down here. Here's the black and white. It looks good. Gotta tell you, the colored part is good, but not as good as I want it to be. I mean, the only real part in this I really like is the right over there. But I really started to get some pro to color this for me. Looks good, don't it? Let's see this. Here's some more artwork with the scum dogs, and some of these monsters here are what I'm going to add to the background, although I could add some new characters as well. I mean, to the background of the Scum Dogs graphic novel. You see, that looks pretty good. If you're wondering why Deathmug's face is all round, his face can shapeshift a bit. It's a skull, but it can change because you can see that his horns on his head kind of change places occasionally to show off his mood. There's Murder Mouth and Sloppy right over there. Let's see. I love the panels with Murder Mouth and Sloppy on the top here. Don't they look awesome? And see how Deathmug's expression changes, how his eye holes can change shape. I should get a more panel where it's actually a bit, let's see if I go over here. No, I guess I don't have that up where it shows off that better. Before I do that, let's go here. Here we have them running past there. We also have panels with Papa Snore, my parody of Papa Smurf crossed over with Mr. Roger. Doesn't it look good? But first, let me go over here. As you can see how his features change in this one. See, his eye gets small, the part of his mask gets smaller and stuff, but the other always remains the same. You see here his eyes, stuff like that, and you can see here how his face changes, where you don't see the pupils, you see the metal here. It looks awesome, doesn't it? Now, let's go back over to StreamYard. Oh, we have someone watching us. Hoth Rebel 82. Hi, thank you for joining us, Hoth Rebel. If you want to join the chat, I can invite you in. But right now, I'm having some fun. We looked at this for a while. So let's go over to the Mighty Mascots, who have made 7,644 with 6 days left. They've reached a new stretch goal. So let's take a look. Stretch goals. Let's take this. Unlocked at 50. At 6,000, unlocked exclusive mascots bookmark for all Packers. At 150 backers, exclusive 2 buttons. So unlocked at 7,000, exclusive mascots 3 sticker set for all backers. Not bad. Unlocked at 200 backers. Let's see how many backers they have. 166 backers. So that's good. Next one. Unlocked at it's like that. 2 button set at 250 backers. At 10,000, you'll get a trading card set, so that's good. I do plan to back this, and I've already backed another book on Indiegogo, so maybe we should go look at that. Lethal, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go over to look at this. I backed more Lethal. Yeah. It's at $166.65 with 3 days left, so it could get another bounce. I backed it for the $5 for More Lethal comic book plus card, mainly because I've learned with updates that he decided, hey, everyone, due to budget concerns and creative factors, I have made the decision to remove 2 of the stories from and cut More Lethal to 20 pages. I was going to pay $10 to get 2 books and stuff plus shipping. Either way, I was going to get 2 books. It was going to be $15 plus, $10 plus shipping, so it was $15. But I decided since I wasn't getting what I was originally promised, I decided just to get 1 book. Yeah, for $5, a 20-page book is good, and and stuff like that. So I decided to back it. So I backed More Lethal. So that's coming to me. So that's good. Now he could add more if it might reach one of its stretch goals. So there's that. But I've already backed this book, and I'm glad for what I did. So let's move on to some other stuff over here. There and stuff. All right, let's see. I will back some more books, but I have some time. I'm pretty sure Graham Nolan's The Chenoo is going into in demand, and the Mighty Mascots are probably going to go into another 30-day campaign before going into in demand. So I have a little while to decide what I want to back next. Other books I have a little while to do as well. And stuff like that. Oh, Dan Frog has made 170,232. Ooh, not bad. That's good. Right there. It's very good. Before we do anything else, let's go over to Bounding into Comics. Let's see here. Evil Carlton. Carlton is a hilarious muse. I know. Death Mug is an African-American man, but I wanted to make him very posh, like Carlton from Fresh Prince, but an evil version of it, as well as, Hermes' enemy from Futurama, that runner who was, they were actually limbo athletes. Well, think of him like a cross between Carlton and that guy. He's very posh, and he's from Kenya, Africa. His name's Apache Jojo, but when he removes his skin, he's Death Mug. So I decided one of those guys is pretty arrogant, and an athlete like that could be black or white. So I decided to make him a black guy who used to be a pro runner who becomes a supervillain. I thought it was an interesting idea. All right, let's let's go to Bounding into Comics. Yeah, I'll probably send you the link now. Let me invite you in. Copy to clipboard. This will be in the, let me get over here. Let's see, where are you? There's Hoth Rebel. Put in the link. If you want to join me, Hoth Rebel, you can do it at any time. Let's see. Shares Lingerie Queen pinup of Final Fantasy Jesse. Final Fantasy VII's Jesse. Maybe. You can look at this. Warhammer fan pins open letter. Aims workshop divisive statement. Yeah. Warhammer 40,000. I think I want to move on from that. And all right. I don't see too much I want to see here. So let's go over to, I guess we got this covered. I'll start. All right. Kingsman star reportedly to play Constantine. Turn into Star Wars 3 says Qui-Gon knew that Anakin would turn into Vader. Why Star Wars Revenge of the Sith changed Anakin's eye color from blue to yellow? He was a Sith. Seth Rogen. Warner Brothers reportedly developing live action Zatanna movie. Someone would be erasing. Lucasfilm won't be erasing the Star Wars sequel. I've heard that they won't or will. It looks like they will eventually, but it looks like they're just going to basically play it out that it's in the background. They should just get rid of it. I think they will eventually. 170-minute cut of Joe's forever exists. All right. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition now streaming on HBO Max. I could look at this new Seth Rogen movie, I suppose. I can come back to this in a moment. There are other stuff to look at. Let's look at Cinema Blend. Cinema Blend. So go over here. Boring. Suicide Squad wants fans to compare for Suicide Squad director wants screw Suicide Squad. Jonathan Hamilton, Suicide. Squad director. Why Lethal Weapon was so important for Danny Glover as a... I don't care that Danny Glover was a black actor. He was a good actor. Yes, Marvel fan theories actually inspired one of the coolest MCU cameo scenes. All right. Wait a minute. Was that something? Sweet final captain's log from... I don't trust this. There's a Star Trek icon Shatner delivers sweet final captain's log from... is this going to be woke? This is going to be another woke story from self-quarantine. Oh, yes, self-quarantine is so important. We have riots going now on during a pandemic, yet self-quarantine is so important. You know, when you have rioting in a pandemic, it's supposed to be no one cares that everyone is rioting during a quarantine. You shouldn't be rioting, at least in this like that, but they're doing it anyway, so this makes me think, what is so important about this? The global health crisis has forced us to change our daily routines over the past few months, with many having found it especially hard to remain self-quarantined. However, a number of celebrities have found delightful ways to keep themselves and their fans entertained. And Josh Gad has been reunited the cast of 80s movies. Star Trek alum William Shatner has been providing humorous captain's logs on social media, but of course, all good things must come to an end. William Shatner recently took to Twitter to deliver his 100th and final captain's log, and this sweet message to the 89-year-old actor expressed his hope that fans had enjoyed his frequent check-ins and mentioned how much fun he did delivering them. Captain's log, stardate 100. I hope you all have enjoyed my captain's log musings and rantings in the first 100 days of COVID-19 shelter. It was the least I could do. Boring. The Star Trek alum originally stated his self-quarantine captain's log in March and kicked it off by taking about arriving at home and enjoying a special all in Star Trek fashion. Of course, since then, he's also used the message to promote novels and... William Shatner has made it very clear that he has no intention of reprising his iconic Captain Kirk role or returning to the Star Trek franchise. However, this was a nice way for him to recapture the spirit of the character while also providing some fun for fans. Aside from his Captain's Log update, one of the most delightful things Shatner has tweeted about during this time in his desire to join NASA for a mission. This may sound a bit surprising, but it's not the first time he's joked about wanting to take to space. Fellow members of the Star Trek family have also been busy while waiting things out in self-quarantine for a while. Patrick Stewart, oh God, him. For a time reciting sonnets from blah, 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 which has met with positive, not really. He and his fellow Next Generation cast members also came together for a special Zoom call to celebrate. I don't care about that. With the Star Trek shows currently on hiatus, William Shatner, I hope they get canceled, and his fellow stars have certainly been giving Trekkies their fix of content. My butt. William Shatner has done more to destroy Star Trek. Well, currently, I guess not as much as Kirkman has. Or now that stay-at-homers have been lifting across the country, it means that we likely won't get as many delightful social media activities like these. But on a positive note, this means that work on shows like Picard. Okay, fine. What should I say that is? Picard, Discovery, and Strange New Worlds. Hopefully they'll tank back up relatively soon. Hopefully they'll tank. Star Trek fans are sure to miss William Shatner's Captain's Log, but they certainly served as nice moments to escape from everything that's currently going on. Plus, they also let us know that veteran actor is still as sharp as still as sharp. If you would like to revisit William Shatner's classic performance, you can stream. All right. That takes care of that. We looked at this. Let's go to something else now. Let's go to VG 24/7. Let's see. Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't look at that. Don't see anything I want to look at. Doesn't look like anything I want to see there. So let's go to PC Gamer then. Let's take a look. Oh, not about the Fallout TV show. Captain America is dropping into Fortnite. Okay, let's take a look at this. It makes his first appearance. Captain America is a superhero landing into Fortnite as a part of the game's 4th of July celebration. You can buy him now from the item shop. The new skin also comes with some classics and a new type of harvesting tool that's pretty different from anything I've seen Fortnite before. Take a look in the trailer below. Currently, the Captain America skin only comes with one style of the version, Cap wearing his full helmet and half mask. That means if you're a fan of Steve Rogers with his helmet off, flashing those luscious sandy blonde locks, you're out of luck unless something happens. Blah, blah, blah. All that said, it's a great skin with lots of details. But I'm not so sure Epic has achieved the true status of a You can get Captain America in the item shop for 2,000 V-Bucks and roughly like that. But you also get Cap's proto-mantium shield as both back bling and as a harvesting tool. The item shop description isn't clear on whether you can use a shield for both at once. Cap could take it off and put it back on. So unfortunately, we're not sure how that'll work until one of us buys it. But as a harvesting tool, I love the idea of swinging around something other than a pickaxe or those dual axes. Thankfully, the shield is included in that 2,000 V-Buck price tag. There's also a new Grand Salute emote that makes your character stand triumphantly in front of a shower. Fireworks. And another nod to the 4th of July. Honestly, might be the only fireworks some of us see this. Not from where I am in Jeff City. A lot of people are buying fireworks and shooting them off at night. We're having a great time here. Well, in Missouri, anyway. It's also worth noting that in trailer, Captain America very clear arrives the Bifrost of magical teleportation bridge from Thor universe. We've already got DC's Aquaman as our unique tie-in skin for their season. So does this mean we're getting more Marvel heroes, or dare I say a cross-franchise crossover? I don't really care about that because I don't care about mainstream comics anymore. All right, that was pretty good. Let's go look at some other stuff. Wait a minute, did I look at everything in this just yet? Maybe go down here. No, I think I've done enough. Let's see this maybe for a moment. I'll get back to this in a moment. Apparently, a 17-year-old built a nuclear reactor in his backyard and made his whole neighborhood radioactive. At least that's what it said. I could look at that video a bit. Oh, what do we have here? Sanjay. And not really like the artwork here, but it's not bad. 59 days left. Ooh, Melvin 1. Melvin is hired to save a princess cult. Oh, let's see this. Timothy Olsen. Melvin is hired a princess from a PC cult. Oh, and the artwork looks good. 38, going for $1,000, but look at that artwork. Yeah. Greetings, my name is Timothy. Here's some more stuff you should know. I need 1,000 to increase the amount. For a few years now, I've also been a comic book fan since I was small. Melvin 1 is a pulse-powering 20-page thrill ride, so read as you witness spines shattering action. See Melvin take on Beast and an evil PC cult so that he can rescue a princess and get her home safely. And get money? $12. Timothy Olsen. 12 USD. Melvin 1 is a physical copy of this earth-shattering comic book. $12? That's not bad. Melvin 3 perk. Melvin 1 physical copy, skeleton sticker, Melvin 1 Eve cover button. For $66, huh? Okay, you can decide to get both. This actually looks pretty good. I like what I'm seeing here, but he needs more artwork and stuff up. And a trailer. Not bad. $48 from 1,000 flexible goal. 29 days left. Not bad. Going back, Melvin 1. The book is only $12 for a 20-page comic book plus shipping, so that's reasonable. And maybe I'll back it. All right. There's Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales. Let's see if we can't find some more comics. T-Bird Throttle has made $12,630. Let me go over here. See, here's Hoth Rebel 86. Add you to the thing. Hello, Hoth Rebel.
Hello, Chris. Hail, Scumdogs. Hail, Buick Starpoon.
Thank you. As I said, what do you think of him being based on partially on Carlton from Fresh Prince.
I love it. I think it's hilarious. Carlton always cracked me up, and to have a villain with that sort of personality is just, I love it.
I know. Thank you. See, he's meant to be a play on the African American male that's so posh and stuff like that, or not like a constant street person like that, or like constant like you ordinary how you see African Americans are portrayed being street wise. He's meant to be the rich guy, could be black or white, but very full of himself. I made him black because I think it would make it funnier. He's no better than any other person that's rich, but or famous and stuff like that. But the one difference is he can actually back up his threats by actually being a superpowered maniac, because he can't do that because he is a psychopath. Because you've seen some of these rich people, if they actually had power, they actually be villains.
Yeah,
any power they have and stuff like that. All right, that was my idea for it. All right. Oh, let's see here. What else can we look at? My mascots, as I said, is basically made 7,644. It's got 6 days left, and I'll probably get another 30 days. So yeah, it'll probably reach its such goals. Graham Knowledge, the Chinoo has made 52,964. Got 8 hours left. It looks like it's not going to reach its 60,000 goal, at least not until it reaches in demand. I think it'll go into in demand, so I'll have a little while to back this more and stuff. You see the artwork here. Here's some more. Here's the artwork. As you should know, these guys here who get killed are the guys who basically got the perk to be drawn into this book. You see them here and stuff. Apparently, there's I got a pop-up saying that from Rodimus Primal, his own YouTube channel. Apparently, there's a Back to the Future Transformer toy that's now sold out in seconds. Apparently, they did a Transformer of the DeLorean, and now it's been completely sold out. Maybe I'll put that up there for a moment. I just want to have it. We could take a look at that for a little while later, I suppose. But right now, we're looking at this comic book. We've looked at it before. Let's look at this Transformers thing. Let me get this up here for a moment. This from... We'll take a quick look at it. All right.
Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal. I am back with another video. And today I wanted to address something that really I feel like Hasbro really dropped the ball when it came down to this Back to the Future crossover.
All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at this toy. Look at that, huh? There's the DeLorean Transformer and stuff like that. Here's a picture of it. Oh, it looks pretty awesome. Well, I can't really show much of the video. I don't want to get copyright struck for anything. But here's the toy and stuff like that. Looks pretty awesome. Let me blow it up for you, and you take a look here. Let me also
Great Scott.
Yeah. Let me do this and put like that. Get a better look at it. Look at that, huh? There's the flux capacitor in the middle of his chest. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it rocks.
I think Transformers Generation, Transformers Collaboration, Back to the Future mashup, Gigawatt. I think that's what they're calling this guy, Gigawatt. Okay, that's Gigawatt. They also did one of from some other franchises, turned them into Transformers and stuff. So that's pretty good there.
Why did it sell out? I I understand why it's so popular, but you'd think that Hasbro would be able to mass produce them enough to.
I think this is an online thing, and you had to buy them while they were available. I don't think they're going to have them in stores. At least I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, but I like the look of him. It also looks like a classic Transformer from the 80s style, stuff like that. Very, very interesting. All right, here's the Chinoo from stuff like that. Let's take a look at the stretch goals down here. So yeah, 50,000 main cover foil stamp unlocked to 60,000 variant cover foil stamp still locked. He's made 53,194, so that's bound to go up in the next few hours. I'm sure this is it could reach 60,000, but then it's probably going to in demand. So that's good. What's this? Chenu bust sketch cover. There's a new one. Featured collective sketch cover with Bane on it. Death to the Bats. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this trailer.
Good evening. Tonight's big story centers on the state of emergency declared this morning in Buffalo.
Between 4,000 and 5,000 cars said to be abandoned on city streets.
Buffalo is still very much a city under siege.
Space's wind whips the snow into 30-foot drifts.
Niagara Falls Air Base, one of their...
Hello tonight, 10 below zero. Get off the streets and highways as soon as possible.
And there's the Chenu from Graham Nolan. A 45-page horror graphic novel that, well, as is from the stretch goals, it's a pretty good, large book and stuff like that. Going like that. You can buy various new covers, even one with Bane saying Death to the Bat on it. So, yeah, I imagine 500. Oh, collectible sketch cover, $500, 0-20 claimed. Yeah, he's definitely going to probably reach that 20,000 goals, 60,000 goals soon, especially if it goes in demand. I mean, how long has this been up? Let's go over to updates. Let's see, the final hours. We are coming to the final hours of the Incredible campaign. I've added one perk level to try and get us to the final stretch goal. So for those that are interested in stretch covers, this has been added, only 20 slots available. Not bad for 500. Very limited run. Does that mean he's not going to put it in demand? I don't know. Hopefully it goes in demand. I'm not going to get this cover for 500 for the book, but that is reason. Especially it's going to be only 20 books with this cover on it. So yeah, I can see why selling it for 500 for such a limited thing would be so good. But I want to be able to read this book, so when I do fund this, I'm going for. You want this comic book, one of these covers here, and just read it. I could get both of them. Comic book level 2 for $50. But hopefully it goes in demand.
Chris, let me ask you, what did you think of that trailer? Did you think it was like those trailers are so much better than the ones where it's just someone talking?
Yep. That was a good one because he used special effects. He also used animation a bit in it. Yeah, more like a movie trailer. Yeah, that's how you should probably do one of these trailers to sell your book.
Yeah, I agree. Because the ones where it's just someone just on screen talking about their comic, those are kind of boring to me.
Yep. There's Doomsday Kingdom Volume 1 graphic novel has made 7,080, 4 days left. I think it's been fully funded. Yeah, going well over what it needed. It's got 4 days left, so that's good for it. It'll probably get another 30 days or so. There's Stamp is still only $50 in. T-Bird Turtle is, I said, it has only 16 days left, but it's going to be fully funded. Then it's going into another 60 to 30 days. Let's see. There's Florida Man is from Mike Barron has made 20,842 with 30 days left. Just going on that. So there. All right. Let's see. The comics and like that. Let me go down here. PC Gamer. I took that down. I might want to look at some more. Let's see. Let's go to Game Revolution. Let's look at some more. Here we are. Let's take this Kathleen full body. All right. Mortal Kombat 11, Street Fighter 5, Exit Evo Online. All right. I don't see too much. Rumor, surprising Valve announcement coming in late 2020. They already released one Half-Life game. So where is this actually going to be? Well, they did say at the end of the last, could this be Fallout, what we all hope for? Let's see. All right. This. All right, don't see too much here. Let's try something else real quick. You looked at that. ESA. Maybe I'll go do this later. As you're told, the Ballad of No Comic Book has made 34,152. Take a look at Forsaken Gods comic has made 787, 58 days left. It's basically halfway to being fully funded, but it's only at 58 days left. It really should have done the 30-day thing and then extended it, which is what I'm going to do. And basically set the goal to 500. I don't know why they keep saying it. I understand why Ethan basically has this thing for 20,000 or 55,000 when he basically started his campaign, because that was an easy thing to do. Right. There's Cyberfrog and Cyberfrog 2 Rock the Planet. Let's go see if there's any new updates real quick. June 30th. No, he doesn't look like it. As you know, he's basically selling these new toys now, both Frog and Salamander toys for $35. I'm already getting a Cyberfrog toy because it's coming with my own Ides of March cover book. So that's good. I probably will go for the Salamandroid, just the toy itself, for $25 eventually. And stuff. But I am backing this again to get the Jarlee cover as well as the Salamandroid Death Sting book. And those will, and I'll have them shipped to me in the chicken box. And because I backed both of those books, I'll also get 2 free comic books because of the stretch goals that were promised. Where if they reach these stretch goals, you'll get 2 books that he's going to basically have printed for you and made. So that's good for me. Now, look at this. Here's the toys, and let's see. 252 claimed. Cyberfrog TVC toy, 10 US, 28 out of 2,000 claimed. All right. Let's see here. One Salamandroid, 188 out of 2,000 claimed. PVC toy, 15 claimed. New PVC toy claimed, 15 claimed. 3 PVC toys. All right. There are a bunch of PVC toys that went claimed. And let's see this. Cyberfrog, 5 Cyberfrog and Salamandroid toys. I guess that's just for retailers to get, and 5 of them have already been bought 175 for all those. Not bad. I'm assuming that. Of course, you know the Salamandroid figure here. The toy itself, its tail is adjustable like a bendy straw. Ooh. Martina Markota is doing a live stream, so there's that. Maybe I'll do this just real quick. Just have it up there so I can do this. Right there, I'll do that. One more thing. Maybe I should check to see if I'm streaming on YouTube real quick, just to make sure about that. Good. Like that. Let's go back over here. So this is all good. As I said, I'm backing this again for 2 more books, and I'm probably getting another. I'll get another Cyberfrog toy with it. So I really do think I might back this again for the Salamandroid. A lot of them are still left, so I have a good chance of getting them. We might release more of them and stuff. But either way, I'm probably getting 2 Cyberfrogs. I can sell 1 or just keep it mint. This is good. So what do you think about about that, Hoth Rebel?
I'm looking forward to getting mine as well. My Cyber Frog toy, and I think I will eventually back the Salamandroid figure too, because I just have to have a complete set.
So you're going to actually take it out of the box? Because I'm getting 2 of the Cyber Frogs because they're coming with the books I'm backing. If you back it, if you back Wrecked Planet, any Wrecked Planet, you get a Cyber Frog figure.
I might take one of them out and
keep
make a little display.
And keep. I'll keep it. That's if you back. You have to buy Wrecked Planet. You can't buy. You can't just buy Salamandroid Death Sting. You have to buy one of the Wrecked Planet variants, either this one or the Villain Scare Heroes Chromium variant, Villain the Scum variant. It has to be one of the Wrecked Planet ones. You'd get it if you got the Honeycomb box set or box set. You just have to, but I don't think it comes with the Salamandroid book, Death Sting. But the Salamandroid Death Sting book does come with an extra comic book, just like the. Oh yeah. The Cyber Frog Wrecked Planet and stuff like that also comes. I backed Ides of March, so I'm also getting an extra comic book as well. So if I back it again and get Wrecked Planet again, I'll get that another copy of that book and stuff with the everything else as well. So that's good for me. You're also going to get a bunch of trading cards coming with it. So that comes with both. You get different ones if you back Cyber Frog Wrecked Planet or Salamandroid Death Sting. So that's good there. So what are you going to do with the trading cards?
Those I might just keep in the bag because I don't really display trading cards or anything. So those I'll probably keep it in their packaging. But the toys, I plan on taking at least one of them out and displaying it. Maybe make a little display for it.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm getting double of the cards because I already backed the book. I'm back the book once, but when I back it again, I'm getting doubles of those. So I might sell those on eBay, just the cards, and I might sell one of the figures in one of the Cyber Frogs in the box, in the box on eBay. I could sell them both with the cards and stuff like that. I could get some money back for that. So I could get some money back from that. Maybe about $10 for all of it, and stuff. So that's good there. But I'm definitely keeping one of the figures, and I probably am going to take it out of its box because I'm going to have an extra one no matter what happens.
I'm actually thinking about sending one off to be graded.
Be graded.
Yeah, it's CAC, Collector Archive Services, or CAS. I'm sorry, Collector Archive Services, and it's kind of like CGC but for toys.
CGC for. So what do they do exactly? Have it graded and stuff? Yeah,
they look at the condition of the packaging and everything, and they'll give it a grade, and they'll put it in an acrylic case and mail it back to you, so you can have it as a collector's item.
And a case, that sounds good. I didn't know they were. I just thought when you did that, you just got a case and put it in there. But there are actual people that make cases for this and grade it for you.
Yeah, I'll send you something on Twitter for to show you the company.
Thank you. That could really do. All right. Let's see here. I could take a look at. We got a Game Revolution. Yeah, I think we did. There's this stuff. So we're 49 minutes in. We have people watching us and stuff like that. Let's continue on with this. I could go over to Kickstarter, or I could maybe. Oops. As I said, I already backed More Lethal. I'm getting the $5 comic book and just one of them because I learned that he's basically cut out some material, so now it's just a 20-page comic book. I was going to get 2 of them, but no. I paid $5 for one copy, and that's good enough for me because I was promised a bigger comic book. So, but I'm still getting it. I'm just getting one issue of it. So I have that coming to me now. So I'm happy. And I can wait a little while before I back my mascots and stuff. All right, let's see. Explore. So what do we look at next? Film? Let's go over to film. See if there's anything new in that. That's right. 13, F13. As you know, as I keep saying here, you can watch the entire F13 Friday the 13th Vengeance movie on Indiegogo. They have it here. This campaign is basically for them to get enough money to have it put on Blu-ray and video and VHS. You can choose which one you want. I might back to get a DVD or Blu-ray version of it, but I need to still save my money. But I've already, but first I'll probably watch this movie. So if you want to see it, go and look at it. It has the co-host from Joe Bob Briggs, the last drive-in from Shudder. Yeah, Joe Bob Briggs is a movie reviewer who loves reviewing horror movies. And his co-host here is in this movie, starring as one of the characters. Here, if you look at bits of it, you can see the characters here. Oh, here she is, the woman in the shirt. Right here. This is Joe Bob Briggs' co-host, and it looks pretty good. This is a fan film, and they just want to make enough money to basically have it, as I said, put on Blu-ray and DVD. All right. This go over to tabletop games. What? Doesn't see anything new. That's a closed campaign. Maybe do that again. Let's go to explore tabletop games. Anything new? We have Chaos Rising, 13 Days Left, a classic dungeon exploration adventure designed for 4 or more characters of at least 10th level. See You and Ristori, ski resort puzzle community fun, an epic jigsaw challenge for all powder hounds to help raise money service. Let's take a look at this book thing here. Chaos Rising. It's made 4,264 from a 4,000 goal. So this has been fully funded. Probably going to in demand, or maybe this is its first 13 days for its campaign. Let's see. The amulet of a demon prince. In a few days, the rising blood moon will reveal the resting place of the soul amulet of a forgotten demon prince. A dark lord seeks the amulet, and if he finds it, ultimate power shall be within his grasp. Someone must stop him in his diabolical scheme for evils unleashed, but for the heroes to beat the dark lord to his prize, they must travel through time and conquer demonic foes. Completely customizable for any fantasy campaign. Chaos Rising is a classic dungeon exploration adventure designed for 4 or more characters of at least 10th level. It details an ancient and abandoned dwarven citadel in which the demon's amulet is hidden and contains unique encounters in which a character can travel back in time to shape the future itself. PDF only. Get the digital PDF version of Chaos Rising for the 5th edition Swords and Wizardry or Pathfinder. Included items PDF. One soft cover, one PDF, 25 USD, 88 claim. Chaos Rising delivered as a premium softcover booklet, and the PDF version available for 5th edition Swords and Wizardry or Pathfinder. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's take a look down here. Upper level of where you're going to be of this place looks. This looks awesome. I really gotta get into playing Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder, one of these role-playing games. Never actually did it.
I'm trying to. It looks like a lot of fun, but it's kind of complicated.
I know.
So it's going to take me a little while.
All right. There's Pathfinder, Book of Dark Secrets. Look at that before. All right, let's try some of these video games. Let's see if there are any new. What's this? Hyperventia, Galactic Adventure. Enter the Hyperventia, space pirates, rogue captains, and time-traveling wizards. Okay, let's see what this looks like real quick. Let's go down here first. Not bad, not bad. Playable species. Looks cute. Looks very good. Looks pretty good. Looks very good. Let's take a look at some of this over here. Not bad. This looks better for what I'm saying, but it looks good. Good for going for 12,000. Let's take a look at the trailer, at least part of it. Okay, yeah, this looks pretty good. Space shooter.
Hi, I'm Simon Miller, developer of Hyperventila. Hyperventila is a narrative-driven, open-world RPG in which the player chooses where their story goes. Follow the campaign, or set off into the void and make your own destiny. The game is set in the Hyperventila galaxy. This will offer you a large world to explore full of space pirates, anomalies, rogue traders, disreputable space bars, and time travel.
All right, that looks pretty good. I don't think I'm going to listen to a monologue. This looks like a good game. It looks pretty good from what I can see of it. What do you think about this, Hawthorne 86?
It does. It looks like fun. It looks like a one of those strategy games where you had to build almost like SimCity or something, but with spaceships.
Yeah.
I thought of a funny question to ask you. If you had to travel through space for 5 years, and you could bring any fictional characters with you, like any group, like the X-Men or the Universal Monsters, who would you travel with?
All the female X-Men.
Good answer. I like that one. I was gonna say like the Star Wars crew, like Luke and Han and Leia, but I like your answer better.
Let's see this. What else could I bring? The Sailor Scouts are another ones I'd bring. You know what the Sailor Scouts are, right?
That's like Sailor Moon and all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely I'd think about the X-Men first. Well, the female X-Men.
For sure. Rogue and
there's a
Storm.
frog song. right, that was a Frog Song we've looked at before. We can come back to this later in a moment. I'm going to move on to see if there are any other. We still see there's Switch Fighter, which is, it's made $331 already with 21 days left. Yeah, it's 120,237. Yeah, I realize that. You go back here, it's 331,000 HKD. That's Hong Kong dollars, or maybe Korean dollars. Yeah, that's why it doesn't match up. It's made a decent amount of money because the company is being mostly from Korea and stuff, but they did this. Let's take a look at this trailer.
When you play an arcade game with your Switch, you probably have a hard time attempting to control it with the original Joy-Con. It doesn't feel like a real arcade game. Well, all you need is Switch Fighter. Switch Fighter turns your Switch into a portable mini arcade cabinet. Just see for yourself. Switch Fighter supports most kind of games in Switch. You can insert your control horizontally or vertically and enjoy old and new games alike. With its classic joystick and buttons, Switch Fighter is a must-have for all gamers, offering the full arcade experience. Portable multiplayer capacity is also supported. 2-player and 4-player modes are available through the Switch network. So light and portable, it feels like a real arcade console at your fingertips. Switch Fighter also functions as a dock with HDMI out and power supply. We love playing classic games and new releases on Switch. We've tried lots of similar products, but none of them emulated the arcade feel we were looking for. That's why we created Switch Fighter, in order to take your Switch to the next level. If you're looking for an ideal arcade joystick for Switch, like us, then it's just a click away. Help Switch Fighter come alive. Thank you for your support.
That's Switch Fighter. I hope this gets funded, because we need more things that allow you to play arcade games properly. As I can see, I could put this hook this up to a TV about waist level, and have it up to where I have the controllers are at my waist or so, and actually play an arcade game, or at least have it connected to the TV, connected to the computer, and basically stand around and actually feel like I'm actually an arcade machine. This would cover everything for it.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to use that to play the Turtles 2 arcade game. I love that game.
Yeah, I've played that a few times and stuff like that. There's Going to See a K-Spear. There's Patrol Droid, which has been fully funded. This is another good game. I haven't looked at it in a while. Let's take a look at it. Yes. I think the characters look
I am Delta, a prototype.
I think the characters look a little underwhelming design-wise, but I think it looks like a good game. Annoying.
So you're another proto-droid? Like me? ¡Qué emocionante! I always assumed I was the only one.
You cannot allow the worthless lives of a few gang leaders to jeopardize the safety of thousands of civilians.
Life and death isn't yours to decide. We will find another way. In order to win, I must grow stronger.
Ay, hija, your blade is looking weak. Come, vamos. I will teach you my grades. She will be the change.
Let's take a look at some of these characters. Go over here and stuff. Looks a bit underwhelming here. As I said, the characters look a bit annoying here.
Yeah, they should be more distinct. They should have more personality.
Yeah, look underwhelming. I mean, the game itself looks good, but I found it looks. Where are all the characters really and stuff? Characters: Delta, Android, Doctor Anila Gulta, an old woman, Dr. V and Void, Vega. Bosses. It's annoying. Like that. Why is there no? All the good characters are brown, except for the one woman here and stuff like that. But the one white guy with blonde hair is a boss. But then again, they also have a female black character as a boss. We have this guy here who could be anything. And one of the let's see, Dr. V is an NC of the world's leading drone design, and is also this guy's obviously is he a hero? And it looks like a villain to me. And
yeah,
his top university where he and Dr. Sun were classmates over time. They're shaped with their potential. He believes that we're all simple tools and that endeavor. That is right. Bosses. We have an Asian girl. So that's not. I think it's Asian. Yeah, typically Asian. Look at the robot. Annoying. We have Rocky Jones. Looks more. This guy looks like the most interesting character in the entire game. But then in the other bosses, I mean, this girl here, I can appreciate that she's black and she's one of the bosses, so they're not trying to be racist or anything like this. You're female, but her design is totally underwhelming. She does not look like an evil villain. Barely any character to her. The only character who has any kind of character is the one boss here, who's Rocky Jones. The other characters just look like typical run-of-the-mill characters. Do they have personalities? And I find all the main characters here are trying too hard to look cool.
It's kind of hard these days to get with the anime style to make your characters look very distinct. But I
know
just because there's been so many that have been released in the past decade. I think the market might be a little flooded, but
have you seen actual Japanese characters making characters? Well, at least Raging Golden Eagle, when he plays a game, the characters he plays through look very interesting, but maybe not that much different from these guys. Maybe, but then again, he also does, when he's playing a live stream game, it looks like he's having fun. But these characters just come off as underwhelming.
Yeah.
I thought that the white guy was one of the characters you could play through. Apparently, he's a boss and stuff. There were other characters like that, but the one white character in the game appears as an enemy. And but then again, there's other ones. There's that one other character that looks like a villain too. Looks underwhelming stuff.
Sometimes I get a little suspicious of the some of these products that I think they might be SJW and stuff and.
But then again, there's only one white character in the entire game who's a villain. One white guy in the entire game. I mean, it was that. But then again, they do have most of the villains are people of color too. So what can I say? But they're underwhelming and hardly looking good. The one character that looks good at all would be the right guy who looks fun. All the other characters look like they're just trying not to piss anyone off.
But I did notice that game had a mini comic. Was one of the add-ons, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw that last time and stuff. And now that I've thought about it, now I don't think I even want to touch it and stuff. There's Tory Ventures magazine. I haven't looked at that for a while. It's ended its thing. That's been fully funded, so that's good. So you can't back it anymore. Too bad. I think I don't need to go there. That's an ended campaign. let's see. It's open for publishing. I can't seem to find new stuff. It should be easier to find newer things that are opening. Captain, what's this? I found a supported certain possible book about. Never mind. It doesn't look interesting. Let's see this. The Crackers. The Art of Cracking from 1984. Arts, creative people. Also. Rush. Dreamers and Misfits. The definitive book about Rush fans. I'll take let me do this first. No, it still doesn't look like anything came up. Let's take a look at this Rush thing. This about Rush fans. Nowhere is the Dreamer going for 10% of 2000. Legendary rock band Rush died in January 7th, 2020. Fans the world over expressed their grief and said Neil's passing was more than just passing news. Fans felt like they knew him. They felt like they knew all three members of Rush. And now the band was definitely over. I felt the same feelings having been a Rush fan for over 20 years. Giddy, Alex, and Neil created a body of work that spoke to me, and very often it felt like it spoke to me, specifically in reading tributes to Neil and the band after his death. I realized that millions of other fans felt the same way. My question is why? What was it about Rush fans that make us respond so strongly to their music? Is there a Rush fan type? Are there stereotypes of Rush fans being white, middle-aged male nerds? Apparently. Why? Because Rush was awesome. You love Rush. And so I decided to write a book. I'm a science fiction author with 2 novels published, but I decided to throw my hat into the nonfiction ring. Put back up my historian's hat. I'm a science fiction writer, author with 2 novels published, but I decided to throw my hat into the nonfiction ring. Put back on my historian's hat and get to work. I interviewed people such as legendary DJ and media historian Donna Halper, who first broke the band in the U.S. Okay, yeah, I suppose that's good enough. This looks like a good book. Deserves to get, looks good. So maybe going back, Dreamers and Misfits on Indiegogo. Let's go over here. Looked at this stuff, like that.
Wait a minute. So was the drummer also the lead singer?
Well, the 3 members of Rush. When Neil Peart, drummer and lyricist, I think he wrote the songs. He was a drummer and lyricist. A legendary rock band Rush. For instance, he was the drummer. He wrote the songs.
Oh,
that's what I think he did. All right. We looked at this. Go back over to comics. Looked at video games. Look at other stuff. This there's Mirror, which is made 24,204 with 43 days left. It's been flexible. It's been fully funded, so this is good for this. This looks like a good comic book with some good-looking art. I did say I was going to look at the Money Mascots. I'm going back over here. Maybe do this for a quick. All right, let's. Got an hour and 13 minutes in. We're coming to the final few minutes of this live stream. So I guess I'll go look at this trailer now. Let's look at this first, though. And that was that. Now let's go over to look at the trailer.
I'm bored.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
Are you looking for something exciting to read while you enjoy some sugary cereal?
Yeah!
Then grab a copy of Mighty Mascots from Alterna Comics. Born from the ashes of a disastrous 3D printing accident,
8 living advertisements have banded together to right the wrongs of this world, led by a former child star. These unlikely heroes are freaks to some, but you will know them as the Mighty Mascots. The miniseries is 3 issues, full color, and printed on glorious newsprint. This is the fun superhero series that you didn't know you needed. Created and written by Keith Gleason, featuring artwork by Ian Morianto and colors by Anton Bondi.
Ahoy, I can't wait for more!
Mighty Mascots is part of your complete breakfast and comic book reading experience. Only from Alterna Comics.
And as I've said, I'm going to back the Mighty Mascots 100-page giant trade paperback. It ships in September, so I'll be getting it in September, so that's good. I'll also back for the 3 new issues, Mighty Mascots new story 4 through 6, and so trying to back the 3 first issues because they are first printings. But I want the 100-page giant because it's a trade paperback, so I don't have to worry about. Because if I back the first 3 issues, just the issues themselves, I want to keep them in mint condition. But I want this 100-page giant so I can just read it at leisure. It looks good. Selecting this perk will get you a copy of the Mighty Mascots, all 3 issues and stuff. As you can see, the Mighty Mascots have new villains in the new story arc. We have this gorilla who's purple, who looks like, Grape Ape crossed over with Frankenberry, as well as, what's his name? Grape Ape and Frankenberry. Donkey Kong is based on him. We also have a Super Mario parody, a Sonic the Hedgehog parody, and all of these are actually game parody characters. They're not from cereal boxes. We have a character who's based on Laura Croft, but she does look like Wendy from Wendy's. The Wendy's mascot girl, but she's obviously based on Laura Croft. And we have Ryu.
She makes me think of Ed from Cowboy Bebop.
Yep. There's that too. Now we have this sample here. Once I release my terror creeps into your town, they will decay everything in sight. Run for your lives! Looks like the muckmouth is at it again. I guess Coyotes don't take a day off. Snap, this shipment of a turnip fruit pies might just be the destruction we need. You can't trick me with real fruit filling and flaky sugary crust. My terror creeps have no teeth yet. They're eating them. So many flavors. Savory apple, lush lemon, heavenly cherry. So much variety. Flavors enough to even to satisfy my cavity-ridden mouth. You can enjoy all the alternative fruit pies you like once you're on ice. That was pretty good. Damn good. Could read that again. Maybe I will. Give it a bit more voices when I work on this again. Once I release my terror creeps into your town, they will decay everything in sight. Looks like Muckmouth is at it again. I guess carries don't take a day off. Snap, the shipment of a terror fruit prize might just be the destruction we need. You can't trick me with real fruit filling and flaky sugary crust. My terror creeps have no teeth yet. They're eating them. So many flavors. Savory apple, lush lemon, heavenly cherry, so much variety, flavors enough to satisfy my cavity-ridden mouth. You can enjoy all the turnip fruit pies you like once you're on ice. There, that looked a little better. All right, yeah, I'm definitely going to back this campaign, but eventually I have some time to decide then. Now, we're now in 14, we're coming to the end, so I'm going to say this. Go and subscribe to Stitched Together Pics on YouTube. It's hosted by the Maniacal Cinephile. He's like, the angry video game nerd and stuff like that. He does reviews of movies, and his character, the Maniacal Cinephile, is just great. He's just watching his reviews is just fun. Also, go over to Creepy Little Book. They're like the Art Bell radio show. They do live streams every night at 10 o'clock. Also, go and subscribe to Robot Co-op. They're like Mystery Science Theater 3000. They do these live streams with these robot puppets, and they're just fun watching them play these games. Also, go and subscribe to my own channel. Read comic books that are bad for you. Also, go and subscribe to my channels on BitChute and Library. They're both under the name Comic Freak. This has been a great show tonight. I'll be with my friend Hot Rebel A6 who dropped in. I'll be back again tomorrow at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock for another live stream, so be sure to check in then. I'm Chris Williams from the Scumdog Kennel. Thank you for coming. I'll see you all then later.